Hello, Dr. Elise Lasco, acupuncturist here. This is the first of my pregnancy series. Wanted to come in and share more about pregnancy now that I'm on this journey myself. All I can say is wow, it is so different being pregnant versus supporting pregnancy. I'm sure a lot of you can relate. Anybody out there who may be a practitioner that works in the women's health space and has supported pregnancy, and then you get pregnant and you're like, wow, this is really hard. So I am 17 weeks and want to document this journey a little bit for you all. And I'll have to say 17 weeks and I still don't feel amazing. Everyone talks about the second trimester and how you feel the best and you have the most energy and all the nausea subsides. For me, I've been pretty sick this entire pregnancy. I've had insane hypersensitivity to smell. Particularly, I can't stand the smell of my own house. So I am still navigating some of that, although my constant nausea has subsided and the vomiting has subsided for the most part. Yeah, I woke up today not feeling amazing, and that's a little bit of a bummer. So I will share more on what I would like to rebrand as all-day sickness versus morning sickness, because it is not just in the morning. But I wanted to start this video series, particularly with something that nobody really talks about on here, which is conception. And not just about fertility, but the decision to conceive. I've supported a lot of other women and a lot of other friends throughout this process. And wow, it is a very difficult decision, especially once you're in your 30s, there's a lot of noise. I've been paying attention on here for a long time, and I've been pretty quiet, especially being in the first trimester, lost for words, but I see a lot of other videos on fertility, ads on fertility, what you need to do, how to prepare for pregnancy, and it's really just a lot. And there's this sense of urgency once you're in your 30s, and particularly once you're 35 and up. Many of you may know that 35 and up is considered a geriatric pregnancy. I personally don't subscribe to that. I am very fortunate. I have a wonderful midwife through the Acorn Birth Center in Fallbrook, close to where I am at in Northern County, San Diego. And luckily I don't have that right now, but if I were to be seeking Western care and in a hospital, I would be considered geriatric. So that's one thing that is maybe feels like it's working against us in that sense. And there is just this sense of urgency for us as we get older. And I've been working really hard on not subscribing to it all, because I do believe women can have babies into their 40s, some into their 50s. There's a reason why we menstruate until we're almost 50. So, but it's a balance. And I will say it is probably easier to have a baby when you're 20 or, sometime in your 20s or early 30s, energetically. But there's other benefits to being a little bit older in pregnancy, maybe more financial stability, maybe it's more just knowing who you are. So there's pros and cons to both. Either way, there's never a perfect time. And talking about the decision to conceive in particular, this is something that has weighed on my heart for so long, especially because I started my life over at 30 with divorce, and then going back to school at 31 and finishing school at 35 and getting licensed right at 36. When I say getting licensed, getting my acupuncture license at 36. And I'm still currently 36, and I'll be almost 37 by the time I give birth. And it was difficult to make this decision about when to conceive, especially coming right out of school, finishing my licensing exams. And although I thought, it would happen for me easily, I had reason to believe I had a regular cycle, healthy, myself, my partner is healthy, but there's still a certain amount of unknown. And I experienced this with a lot of other women as well, that there's so much noise around, you better start trying now if you want babies because it could take a while. And I know everybody's journey is so different. And it really, my heart goes out to all of you, wherever you are in your journey, whether you've been trying for a few months, a year, many years. And for all those when it happens on the first or second time, and then you're a little bit shocked. And that's kind of how it was for us. It happened quickly. And although it was planned, it was still a lot to take in. And I knew I was starting my practice, and then that was the reality. And yes, it probably would have been ideal to give myself a little bit more time. It's something that I've really sat with a lot, is that maybe I could have given myself more time to get my practice going, to XYZ. But I have to say, because with all the women and families I've spoken to about this process, is that there really is just this unknown about it, and there really is never a perfect time to have a baby. And whatever timing it happens for you is the perfect time. And what I have heard from others is that these babies come in and then they just somehow fit into your life. And so that's what I'm holding on to here. I definitely have my fears and my anxiety around it, and it's something I've had to work really hard at right now. So I just wanted to come in and share about that experience, because I know this is a decision that a lot of people struggle with, especially women who are my age, 35 and up. You feel like you don't have a lot of time. And I want to just say that you have time, and your timing will be perfect. And for those, working on trying to conceive and having difficulties, I so know from so many the struggle, and I know that it can sometimes be difficult hearing another friend that's pregnant, having a baby, and how heartbreaking that can be for some people. So I really want to be here to hold that space. It's why I do what I do. And so just speaking on the end of the readiness piece, and, am I ready? Are you ready? That whole back and forth. I'm working on my readiness for it, and have been very lucky to have amazing friends who turned out to also be pregnant at the same time. They all know who they are. I'm so grateful, and thank you for being alongside me in this journey, because it is not for the faint of heart. It really is so difficult. And I also thank all of the clients and patients that have been coming. One thing I will say about getting pregnant in working through the first trimester and growing my business, it has forced me to surrender in ways I didn't imagine. And I actually did really need a lot more rest than I thought. So I wasn't able to do as much of marketing, social media, as you all can tell. I wasn't able to do all the things that I would have really wanted to do otherwise. And the beautiful thing is that a lot of people still showed up and found me on Google, or have been referrals, or those who came to see me when I was a student at the student clinic. So I feel very lucky in that, and very grateful. So thank you to all of those who've showed up for me in all the ways, whether as a patient or as a friend or as a colleague. I've had amazing support through acupuncture, chiropractic, massage, cranial sacral, so many things, and pelvic floor physical therapy as well. They've all been amazing tools that have been helping me so far. And so I just wanted to speak a little bit about this part of my journey because I know many people struggle with the decision to conceive and the when. And just know there's never a perfect time, and there's a certain way that you can prepare for it through diet, having a healthy lifestyle, minimizing alcohol, getting enough sleep, eating well, exercise. Those are all optimizing for fertility. And if you need support, acupuncture regulates the body. And it's important for both partners. Anybody who may be having challenges with fertility, for both partners to get acupuncture. If you do seek it out as a tool, it can help also to support anyone going through any type of fertility treatments, IVF, IUI. What one of my mentors has said is oftentimes if it is difficult to get pregnant, it can sometimes be difficult to stay pregnant. So acupuncture actually can help you stay pregnant, and help you throughout your pregnancy, regardless of whether it was easy or not to get pregnant, to conceive. It helps with pain as your body grows and stretches. It helps with the nausea. It helps with headaches. All of the symptoms, the wild symptoms of pregnancy that you maybe don't think you're going to experience. And acupuncturist, we hold incredible space because the emotional piece of it is so incredibly challenging. And I continue to emphasize on here that that's something not many people know that we do as acupuncturists, is support on the mental, emotional, anxiety, depression, whatever it may be. If it's ruminating thoughts, we're here to hold the space for you. And so I'm here with my whole heart, here to serve. I'll be working through December until I give birth at the end of January. So come see me in Vista, or if you have questions, if you are not local to California and you are on the fertility journey, have questions, maybe you're not ready but considering conceiving sometime in the next couple of years, it's great to get an early start. And if you're struggling, I'm here for that as well. There's a lot of things we can do, and I've supported a lot of people, not in California. I've supported so many people across the country who have been planning for conception and have been successful. So reach out, feel free to send me a DM, comment in this video. I'm here for you, and I will continue to document my journey. Thank you so much.